Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. All right, today I just got one clip, one courtroom in Harris County, Texas, and I had to cut a whole lot out because I think it's like 7 hours long. So I have the morning session uploading into my Patreon right now. Nope, that's Discord, where you can see the whole thing on my Patreon. It takes I don't know, an hour to upload something on the Patreon. So as soon as that uploads, I'll put the PM session. But since I had to cut so much out, just a quick summary. The father was abusive towards the mother, and I think just the son. And the mother left a couple years ago with the kids and has a protection from abuse against him. He couldn't come around. Then they went to court. He got visitation with the kids, but the kids want nothing to do with him, period. They don't even want to talk to him. So, he is suing her for full custody, and he's saying that parental alienation is happening and that, he wants to take the kids away from her for at the minimum of 3 months where she can't call or text or anything to help combat this parental alienation that's going on. So they're in court over this mess. So, here we go.
Off.
Uh-huh. And now try.
I'm the owner. What the fuck? Get the fuck over there.
You can go back, yeah.
Property. I'm the owner. What the fuck? Get the fuck over there. Get off my property. You can wait right there by your truck.
Said a bad word.
Please tell the court who is the individual saying that stuff to you.
Cynthia Delgado?
And that is, she resides at that residence.
Yes, sir.
And in order to pick up your periods of possession access, you don't just show up at the house and stand in the street, right?
Correct.
Part of it is you have to show up and make an attempt to knock on the door and obtain your possession of your children.
That's correct.
Did you do that?
Yes, sir.
And that's what happened when you went up to the house and knocked on the door. What happened?
It got aggressive right away when she came out.
Okay. Who opened the door?
I believe it was Helen Sanchez.
Okay. And was somebody standing next to her?
Yes.
Who was standing next to her?
It was all of them. It was my kids and Cynthia.
So make sure I'm picturing this. From your perspective on the day after our enforcement hearing, after she got held in contempt for 55 violations, Helen opens the door.
Yes.
Is that the first time she's opened the door for you in years?
Yes.
Okay. And next to her is her partner or her friend, Cynthia,
Yes.
and both children.
Correct.
And this is how you're being greeted on the first day after enforcement hearing.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry, I could check my docket note, but was the rendition made from the bench that day?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Meaning the day before that happened. Just wondering if there wasn't thank you.
It was rendered that day. We all went away to draft an order. It was kind of figure out how to do the makeup periods of session.
Okay. Got it. Thank you very much.
Make sure it's been marked as P9.
For the police. So I'm here on my time possession on Thursday, and the girlfriend's here, Cynthia, and Helen inside. I knocked, and my kids are out here, and they don't want to speak to me, and they don't want to go with me. I don't know why, but they just don't want to right now. And my kids called the police, so I'm gonna wait for them. But these are my beautiful kids right here. I miss them. This is the first time I've seen them since 2021, and they look beautiful. I love y'all. Junior Lala.
I edited that. I cut it out. I don't know. Oh, no. Okay. Sugar. I don't know why they were just there. I have an idea. I have an idea. I edited out. I put a big sticker over them.
Off.
Uh-huh. And now try.
Property. I'm the owner. What? What the fuck?
Let me
Get the fuck
fast
over
forward a
there.
little bit. Nope, don't do that. All right, just for a minute.
She's opened the door for you and yours? Yes. And next to her is her partner or her friend, Cynthia. Yes. And both children. Right. And
Sorry, guys.
this is how you're being greeted on the first day after enforcement hearing. Yes, sir.
And that, sorry, I could check my docket note, but was the rendition made from the bench that day?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Meaning the day before that happened. Just wondering if there wasn't a, thank you.
It was rendered that day. We all went away to draft an order. It was kind of figure out how to do the makeup periods of session.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Make sure it's been marked as P9.
For the police. So I'm here on my time position on Thursday, and the girlfriend's here, Cynthia, and Helen inside. I knocked, and my kids are out here, and they don't want to speak to me, and they don't want to go with me. I don't know why, but they just don't want to right now. And my kids called the police, so I'm gonna wait for them. But these are my beautiful kids right here. I miss them. This is the first time I've seen them since 2021, and they look beautiful.
It's been a couple years since
I
he's
love
seen
y'all.
them.
Junior Lala. But yeah, this is what we're doing right here. This is what we're doing. They don't want to come with me, and they said they don't want to come with me. And I don't want to put my hands on them to force them in the truck because that's not who I am. And this is Thursday, May 16, 2023. 2024, 6:15.
Now, did you ask them to go with you? Yes. Okay. Did they ultimately go with you that day? No, sir. And that was the day after the enforcement hearing? That's correct. And the first time they were come outside the house in several years? Yes, sir. Okay. Would you agree with me that that was not a warm perception of you? That's correct. That is not the same type of perception you had with them back in April 16, 2021. That's correct. Something has changed. Yes, sir. And we can't necessarily say it's you because you haven't had any interaction with them for more than 2 years. That's correct. And so there's something that changed between
Right.
April 2021.
It can't
and
be
May of
his fault,
2024,
guys.
correct?
Can't
That's
be.
correct. And you haven't seen them, right? That's correct. So, and they've been in mom's care that whole time. That's correct. So if something happened, from your perspective, it's been happening in that house. That's correct.
Absolutely. Nothing before that matters.
I'm gonna show you, now, is there significance of May 17, 2020? Yes. That was a Friday? Yes. And did you?
It was the
attempt to
day
pick up
after
children
Sue's birthday.
2 days after the enforcement hearing? That's correct. And Did the children ultimately go?
No, sir.
That's the mother's
Was that
girlfriend,
a video
I think.
of you attempting to pick up the children?
Yes.
Approximately what time was that taken?
From 16.
And is that at mother's residence?
Yes, sir.
The individual standing before you, that was Cynthia?
That's correct.
And the person behind is, the mother?
Yes, sir.
The children ultimately go?
No, sir.
Now, would it be fair to say that after the enforcement hearing, you heard mom say, go with your father?
No.
Have you heard her say things out loud that were disturbing to you?
Yes, sir.
There was an incident where she referred to you as a liar
Yes, sir.
in front of the children.
That's correct.
During the instance where she's using profanity directed towards you in front of the children.
That's correct.
And that's in, I should say, in the year 2020,
That's correct.
after the enforcement hearing.
That's correct.
Did you say that you haven't heard her say to the children, go with your father?
Yes.
That was what you said, you hadn't heard her say that? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thanks. No, that's okay. I just wanted to be sure I wasn't confused.
That's the judge.
Sharing with you what's been marked as T11.
He was MIA since 2021 because he has a protection from abuse order against him. He wasn't allowed to see them at all because he was abusive.
You wanna call me?
Told you I edited it. I just missed one.
Call him, manito. I mean, Junior, call him.
Well, can we stand over here? Because I don't want to. Can we stand over there?
He came up to the door and knocked, and she's saying, go to the sidewalk. Go stand over there. Go that way.
Y'all wanna call me? Lala, Junior? Don't?
They won't even look at him at this point. They're just standing there. They won't move. The mom is there, the girlfriend's there, and the father's there.
Can you talk to them? They need to go. Like they can't stay here.
You're the mom.
What do you mean? You're nothing.
I'm ready for them.
Okay.
I want them to come with me.
You're.
I'm just not gonna push them in my car.
What are you gonna do?
You could get them ready for me. Like,
They're ready. They're dressed. They're presentable. They're ready to go. No, they don't want to go. They have their own reasons. They haven't seen you in 3 years.
I know it's not my fault. I've been waiting to see them all the time.
Yeah, the girlfriend's just videoing everything.
That's why I was hoping that you could get them ready to come with
They're
me.
not ready. They're ready.
They're not ready mentally, she said.
Can you step on the sidewalk? Or no?
And this is your residence.
Yeah, but can you step on the
What is the
sidewalk?
difference? I'm in the sidewalk and not.
I'm trying to get him closer, and you don't get it.
Now we hear from the kids. Well, the son.
And when they do come with me, they're not gonna take their phones with them. So you can
Ooh.
let them know.
Good job, Dad. Good job. That'll make them want to come even more.
They could go wait. It's starting to rain a little bit.
No, they need to go with you. Like they literally need.
But they say they're not going with me.
Well, they have to go with you. They have to. They have to.
You want to put them in the car?
I'm not gonna put them in the car. You could do that. They're released to you.
Why-
I'm
why-
out here. I'm trying to make peace. Like I'm just.
But why they don't want to go with me?
Ask them. Why you asking me?
Why you don't want to go with me? Tell me.
Because you abused them.
How did I abuse you, Junior?
Well, whenever you used to hit my mom, I tried to protect her, and then you hit me, and then you also were coming here inside the house and doing drugs and also whenever you're drinking.
That's what you believe?
Bro, I don't believe it. I was there at the house.
I hit your mom?
Yes.
I hit your mom?
Yes, every day.
Is this something that has been repeating to y'all since I haven't seen y'all in 3 years? Because before y'all used to come with me on the weekends, Thursdays, and this was never happening. How do you not know?
Because
If you say you remember, how do you not know?
Because we didn't know, like, if it was good. Like,
How come I haven't seen you for 3 years and now you're acting this way? How come you didn't act like this before?
I didn't know better.
How do you not know?
We went to therapy. Yeah, we went to therapy.
So therapy made you like
We
this?
told the therapist the truth, and they're like, "Oh no, that's not better for us."
How come y'all weren't like this before though? I used to come pick y'all up. And how come y'all never acted like this before? Now since y'all were hidden from me for 3 years, now y'all want to. Now, but look, listen. But listen to me. Listen to me. Before y'all didn't act like this at all. Y'all always want to come with me. Y'all were crying to stay with me.
Asked and answered.
I don't know if y'all remember or not. But since 3 years that y'all were hidden from me, and this is the first time. This is the second time since yesterday that I'm trying to pick y'all up, and now y'all don't want to be with me. That doesn't make sense at all.
We thought that you were like, we thought that fathers were like that, like you are, but they're not.
How come you always love me, Junior? How come always?
Because
now you don't love me or
we
what?
were used to it, like we were used to you hitting my mom.
So that's what I provided for you all the time?
Yes.
I did that all the time?
Yes.
What if I show you proof that that's a lie?
Okay.
What if I show you when you come with me? I could show you since you were born to last time I saw you how we always had good memories. Yes, there were some instances that me and your mom argued.
There were like a lot, bro.
Junior, before you were born, I was 14 when I met your mom. Me and her, we always argued all our lives since we got together. It's nothing new.
Bro.
We always argued all the time. That was our relationship. We fight and we were good.
Fight. Physically.
No, not physically.
Physically.
I never hit your mom like that. Okay, so how come you're the only one saying that, and everybody that we lived in the house never saw that?
Because they know, but like they're just they know you, and they're trying to have your back.
So
Hi, no weapon. The audio is fine. Don't worry. All right, maybe worry a little bit.
true and accurate.
No, the audio
How do
is
you
fine.
fight?
Now,
So I thought that was an outstanding example of how abusers feel and think. I mean, he honestly doesn't think at all in any way, shape, or form that his actions or his prior actions caused any of this. He says it's the therapist and the mom. And the kids were very, I mean, the son told him point blank, this is why. And he used all this backwards upside down logic to try to prove to his son that what his son really saw just never really happened. What if I prove to you that that never happened? How are you going to prove it? The son saw it. The son felt it. So, yeah, so what he wants now, he wants the mother to give him the kids for a few months where she can't text them, she can't phone them, she can't talk to them because she's the problem. And he thinks if he gets the kids for a few months away from her, that that they'll finally see the light.
After your wife made this attempt to pick up the children on May 23rd, 2024 at 6 p.m., you received a text message. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you received that from
Helen,
From,
the mother.
thank you from Helen. Okay.
and so after the children did not go with you, you received this text message, correct?
That's correct.
And there's communications about picking up the children on that day, is that correct?
That's correct.
And ultimately, she responded where it says, you can pick up the kids whenever you're ready. They're ready. Thank you. That was at 8:51 p.m.
Yes.
Will you agree with me that your period of possession on that day was a Thursday period of possession?
That's correct.
It changed at 8 p.m.
That's correct.
And that was during the school year.
That's correct.
So I think that was the same day. He sent her a text. You refused to surrender our children, us, at 6 p.m. I witnessed on video call. Police already gave us the reference number. That was at 8:49. She replied at 8:51. You can pick the kids up whenever you're ready. They are ready. Thank you.
So Thursdays apply, correct?
Correct.
That's our Thursday.
Apply for your Thursdays during the school year.
That's correct.
And this is the message you received a few hours after your wife made this attempt to pick up the children.
That's correct.
Do you believe this to be a genuine statement or kind of a slap in the face to you?
Slap in the face.
Now, would it be fair to say that throughout the last few years, you have kept video recordings,
Correct.
audio recordings,
Correct.
pictures,
Correct.
text messages,
Correct.
school records,
Correct.
communications from the school?
Correct.
Would you consider that a part of your personal records now?
That's correct.
And you felt that necessary because of all the things that have been going on?
I've always done that.
Okay. Now, did you ever come across any TikTok videos that were, or accounts that were alarming to you?
Yes.
And key 16 is that a TikTok video that you provided to us for this hearing?
That's correct.
A true and accurate picture of what you found on TikTok.
That's correct.
I'm going to ask the court to admit P16.
And Your Honor, if this is, I don't remember what was.
Sherry, is that the one with the tile? Oh, wait. Which one is that? I'm trying to remember. I know I should remember. It's my video. It was just a little bit ago. Um, what? Which one? Who's in it? Like, oh, is it the kung fu? It's the kung fu guy. you want me to just tell you the decision? It's there somewhere. The car wreck. Yeah, the kung fu car wreck guy. I can tell you the answer. I know we have the answer in one of the videos. I will try to look, but if you just want me to tell you the answer, I will.
It wasn't pre-admitted, but what's your objection?
Yeah. My objection is hearsay, Judge.
Overruled.
So when you came across this TikTok account, were you alarmed?
Yes,
Do you think it affects your character?
correct.
Not just at your home and not just in their home, but in the community?
Public yes.
Just a TikTok account that you come across?
Yes,
And obviously that's a picture of you on this TikTok account.
correct.
Now, the outfit you're wearing and kind of the day, do you have an idea of when this picture was taken of you?
Yes, it was,
What day was that?
it was after the enforcement.
Okay. And do you know, if you recall, a specific date that this was taken?
Specifically, I have to go through my records. So. To the record.
Now, the title to this TikTok account is Abused by Armando Ortega.
Yes,
And then it has some words that says abusive father trying to take kids just before tornado hit. And that was the day after our enforcement hearing, correct?
that's correct.
So that would help you understand that this was on May 16th, 2024.
Correct.
And references what the kids have endured years of domestic violence with this guy, correct?
Yes,
And that he wonders why they don't want to leave with him.
correct.
And it references hashtag irresponsible, hashtag tornado, hashtag Houston, Texas, hashtag abusive father,
Yes,
hashtag domestic violence awareness, hashtag drug abuse awareness, hashtag child abuse. Correct?
correct.
Do you think that that is meant to just harm your reputation with your children, or maybe everybody in the greater Houston area and that has access to TikTok?
Everybody.
And it goes on to show more pictures of you, correct?
Pictures and videos.
Okay. Do you find this alarming?
Yes,
And that it has 13 followers, at least at that time.
correct.
You think this is,
Oh, Sherry, I remember now the verdict. I think that's the one where the verdict file was corrupted and I couldn't open it. I couldn't play it. And I can't go get it again because once the trial's over, it's over. He won $1 million. He won $1 million for damages and pain and suffering and everything.
meant to foster a relationship between you and your children?
No, sir.
I think this is intended to alienate their affection from you.
That's correct.
Now, as it relates to allegations of drug use, are you familiar with National Screening Center?
Correct.
And would it be fair to say that when you hired our firm, I asked you to go take a drug test?
That's correct.
Did you do so?
Yes,
And while we don't have the drug results here, if anybody wanted to see those, would you be glad and willing to share those results with
that's correct.
you? To the best of your knowledge, do you have anything to fear from those results?
No, sir.
And that was that a hair follicle or UA or both?
Both.
Does that dispense with the idea that you are using drugs or have used drugs in the recent future or recent times?
No,
Have you been using drugs recently?
sir.
Okay. used drugs in years.
No, sir.
I'm going to show you, as part of your records, you also keep emails from the school, correct?
Correct.
I'll show you what's been marked as K17. This was from December of 2023, is that correct?
Yes.
And in that is communications you received from the school relating to your daughter, correct? Oh, I say that. Relating to your daughter
Yes.
and your son.
Yes.
Now, would it be fair to say that in December 2023, you had no contact with your children?
Correct.
In the year 2023, you had no contact with your children?
Correct.
So any shortcomings in their academics, the blame can be squarely laid upon mother's shoulders, correct?
Objection calls for respect and rest of the honor.
Sustained.
You are not to blame for the children's shortcomings in school during the year 2023, correct?
Correct.
You did not have any access to them.
Correct.
They were living with mother.
Correct.
Now, in these communications you received from school, it talks about their averages, correct?
Yes.
And as it references Priscilla last year, in the fall of 2023, she has a 70, is that correct?
Yes.
Armando has a 25.
It says she has a 50, just for the
Sorry,
record.
50.
I mean, it says she has an average below 70, which seems to be the warning, and then the grade value is at the bottom.
Correct, which is a 50.
Correct.
And then Armando has an average below 70,
Yes.
and he has a grade value of 25.
Yes.
And then that is in Spanish.
Yes.
And then Armando has a grade below 70 in history.
Yes.
That was a 32.
Yes.
And
Father's got
Armando
some
has
points
another
here
grade
with the
below
school
70
grades.
in history
But
again.
Yes.
And I don't know what MI stands for, but it says it's below 70, correct?
Correct.
Then we have another reference to Armando having a grade below 70 in math.
Yes.
And that was for the second 9 weeks.
Correct.
And that was at 69.
Correct.
Then we have Armando having a grade below 70 in science.
Yes.
And that was for the same semester, which is the second semester, 9 weeks.
Yes.
And that was a 60.
Yes.
Then we have continued down, Armando has a grade in science
Yes.
that is a 60.
Correct.
And then there's some homework assignments where it says he has a 0.
That's correct.
Now, I'm not familiar with every school, but when it says homework assignments, it's typically something a child can take home and do at home and bring it back to the school to submit to the school for grading.
That's correct.
And so when you have a 0, that might imply that nothing's been turned in
Correct.
or everything was wrong.
Correct.
Either way, that's bad.
Yes.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Now,
Don't bring logic into this. He doesn't
you
understand
another-
logic.
E18. This is another correspondence received December 12, 2023.
What was the date?
December 12, 2023. And again, this goes through concerns that the school is sending to the parents, correct?
Correct.
Now, you have a email at ortegafamily4@yahoo.com.
Correct.
And do you know whether or not moms receive these correspondences?
Yes.
And how do you know that she's received these correspondences?
It's parent portal, both those on the parent portal.
Hi, budgie
I'm sorry,
girl.
can you speak up?
Yes, both of us, both parents are on the parent portal.
Portal?
Yes.
And so in this, it has your son with a 41 in Spanish.
Yes.
Missing assignments,
Yes.
33 in history.
Yes.
Raven, are you here?
68 in math,
Yes.
and 58 in science.
Correct.
Okay. Now, in addition to receiving these communications about grades, which you described as alarming and concerning, have you received any communications about tardies and or absences?
Yes.
So you have been marked as P19. So this was a communication that you received from Goose Creek Consolidated ISD, which is Baytown, Texas, correct?
Yes.
And it references Priscilla having issues with her tardies, correct?
That's correct.
Now that was in fifth period and seventh period.
Correct.
Okay. Now, in addition to those, I'm going to show you what's been marked as P20. And Judge, just because you have a physical copy and so does the witness, Mr. Delaney, do I need to be sharing this through the Zoom or?
It's not necessary if you give me, you just make sure I know what page you're on. You're fine.
P20?
Yes, I'm following you there. I think the only one I'm going to be concerned about is the 22 that you just tell me what page we're on. Okay, thanks.
So on P20, you received communications from Goose Creek ISD on May 10th, 2024.
Yes.
And those were relating to, again, both Priscilla and Armando, correct?
Yes.
And so in the end of the semester, for school year last year, it showed your
I
son
hear you,
had
Hope.
a language arts
I'm right
grade
with you.
value of 37.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, that was your daughter. I apologize. And the Armando had a 69 in Spanish, a 66 in language arts, and a 49 in math.
That's correct.
Are those concerning to you?
Yes, sir.
Direct your attention to P21. This is communication you received on May 10th, 2024 from Goose Creek ISD, correct?
Correct.
And this is relating to Priscilla,
Yes.
and specifically it brings attention that she's having issues with her behavior in class.
Female.
That's correct.
And during class,
Oh my
she's
God,
calling
Red is
names.
here. Hi, Jess.
What is that?
Hello.
Yes.
That means fat
That's correct.
in Spanish, correct?
I just
Correct.
waved with my
She
camera
also
off.
named a student look like torta.
Yes.
What's torta?
It's some type of news story that people are saying nowadays. Disrespectful.
Was she in that she was removed from the classroom because of this stuff?
Yes.
And this was last year.
That's school year.
Okay. In the last 2 weeks, have you received any communications from the school regarding Priscilla's behavior in school?
Yes.
Was it alarming to you?
Yes.
Was it similar in nature as to last year?
Correct.
When you say last year, do you mean the
Last school year.
2023-2024 school year? So if it's May, then it's May, just before the summer. Okay,
I know.
okay.
When I say last year, I'm not talking about school. I mean the school year 2023, 2024.
Correct.
Now we are in 2024, 2025.
Correct.
In the year, for the school year 2024, 2025, did you receive any communication from the school regarding Priscilla's behavior?
Yes.
And was it something about her being disruptive in class?
Yes.
And was it something about her saying things that were inappropriate?
That's correct.
What would she say? If you remember.
The teacher was saying that she was being disrespectful. I don't recall exactly specific the words.
So I'm going to show you what's been marked as P22. Now, these are the school records that were obtained from Goose Creek ISD. And this is for both children, correct?
Yes.
And there's some tabs out in there that reference the first tab. Will you can show me that first tab?
Yes.
And that kind of depicts what we've already talked about for the school year 2023, 2024, is Armando's grades through the semesters, correct?
Yes.
And if we, through those, it would be fair to describe them as failing grades in certain classes and certain portions.
That's correct.
Okay, so it seems like the only overall grade that he had that seems to be doing relatively well is history at a C.
Yes.
And physical education, everything else seems to be alarming, correct?
Bad grades though is bad.
I
Like
see to turn to the second tab.
it's not good for mom when the kids have bad grades.
And this is for the school year 2022, 2023. And this was for Armando, your son, correct?
Correct.
And he was in the 7th grade at the time?
Yes.
And it shows in here absences and tardies, correct?
Correct.
It seems to be that if we look in the fall semester, that he had 12 to 13 absences from school.
Yes.
Now, obviously, if there's excused absences, they usually don't mark you as absent, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in the spring semester, he had approximately 9 and in one instance, 10 absences. Correct?
Correct.
Do you think that that would be an issue?
Yes.
Do you think that should be a concern for the school?
Correct.
For the year, I'm going to ask you to turn to the third. And this is again when your son was 13. Strike that. This is for the year 2024 school year, correct? So this is school year 2023, 2024.
Yes.
Okay. And your son received in-school suspension, is that correct?
Yes.
And that was for truancy cutting classes.
That's correct.
And that was a few weeks before our enforcement hearing, correct?
That's correct.
So the child was not in your possession, not under your control, correct?
Correct.
Ask you to turn to the fourth tab, if you can. And this goes back to the year, school year 2022, 2023.
Yes.
And it would be fair to say that that accurately states that your son is having behavioral issues in school.
Yes.
Throwing objects
Yes.
on multiple days,
Correct.
failure to follow rules on multiple days,
Yes.
Pushing and shoving,
Yes.
even references theft minor.
Yes.
And there was a conference with parent and student. Were you invited to that parent teacher conference?
No, sir.
So if there was a conference, it would be fair to say that you were not a part of that conference.
I was not part of it.
And then it continued throughout the rest of the school year, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to direct your attention to the 7th tab. This is for the school year 2021, 2022, correct?
Yes.
And it shows absences for your son for the math and language arts at 16 and 14.
That's correct.
And then the rest of the classes were 8 absences.
That's correct.
Is it alarming that your son would have 14 to 16 absences?
Yes, sir.
And that was in just the fall semester of 2021.
Yes.
Ask you to turn to the next tab. This was for the school year 2023, 2024. This is Priscilla's grades, correct?
Correct.
And she was at EF Green Junior High,
That's correct.
and it references her grades at various points. And one of them references a MP4 at a 37.
Yes.
You find that to be alarming.
Yes, sir.
Asking in terms of the next time. And this is for the year 2023, 2024. This is a chart of the absences for your daughter, correct?
That's correct.
Quite a few absences, correct?
Yes, sir.
Alarming to you?
Very long.
Now, would it be fair to say that part of your ask here today is if you are successful in getting this board to place these children in your care, that you're going to have an uphill battle?
Yes, sir.
And that's why you've solicited the assistance of Dr. Camille Shea.
That's correct.
In your requested relief for today's hearing for your temporary orders,
Is that an exhibit?
it is not, it's just picked off pleadings.
Was it filed?
I mean, it's my modification with the request for temporary orders.
I'm
So it's
sorry,
not
I just
on file.
meant, do you have a proposed relief
I do.
written? That's fine. Thank you.
You are asking that you and the mother be named joint managing conservators, correct?
Correct.
You are asking for the exclusive right to designate the primary residence within Harris and contiguous counties.
Yes, sir.
You are asking for the exclusive right to make medical and conservative decisions after consultation with mother.
Yes, sir.
Same thing, you'd be asking for the exclusive right to make psychiatric, psychological decisions after consultation with mother.
Yes, sir.
And you would have the exclusive right to receive and give receipt for child support for the benefit of the children
Yes, sir.
and disperse those funds.
Yes.
As it relates to legal actions, you're saying that you and mother should have independent right,
Pardon?
independent right to legal decisions,
Yes, sir.
joint right to marriage and enlistment,
Yes, sir.
the exclusive right to make decisions concerning education after consultation with mother.
That's correct.
Joint or,
Exclusive to father.
oh, sorry. Okay, thank you.
That y'all should have the independent right to the service and earnings of the children.
Yes, sir.
That y'all should have the independent right to act as a guardian or guardian attorney ad litem for the children unless somebody else has been appointed, correct?
Correct.
And the independent right to apply for passports for the children,
Yes, sir.
maintain possession of passports.
Yes, sir.
You're fair to say that you don't have any plans to travel internationally at this time.
That's
for the children.
That's correct.
The independent right to, for both of y'all to duty to manage the estate of the children as it, to the extent it's been created by community property or joint property of y'all,
Yes, sir.
which it would be fair to say that there is no community property estates for the children and or separate property estates for the children.
That's correct.
Now, as it relates to education,
I want it all, Judge. I want the kids. I want child support, which if he has the kids, he should get child support. I want all medical rights. I want all school rights. I want full, complete everything over these children. And I don't want her to have nothing right now. Wait till you hear the judge's order, Twitchy.
and you
Wait till
did
you hear
put in
it.
the alternative, correct? If this court were to not order that the children be placed in your care, you would play in the alternative, correct?
Yeah.
And that was, if this, you should do this. At this point in time, do you think you and Priscilla, I'm sorry, do you think you and Ms. Sanchez can reasonably communicate with each other?
No, sir.
You think y'all would effectively communicate with each other?
No, sir.
And while it may not have been planned, would you be asking for some type of co-parenting communication tool?
Yes, sir.
I think that might be helpful to prevent people saying what you said to her or she said to you, correct?
That's correct.
As it relates to the periods of possession and access,
I've never tried that, Ardo.
you mentioned that as a part of our request that that you're asking this court to make a finding that respondent, meaning mother, has discouraged a positive relationship between the children and you by attempting to alienate the children from you.
That's correct.
And that as a part of that, you're asking that mother have no contact with the children for 90 days on a temporary basis. To allow you to reunify without any interference from the girl.
That's correct.
You think that would be in the best interest of the children?
Yes, sir.
I think all the requested relief that you've asked for so far would be in the best interest of the children.
Yes, sir.
And
How,
I
though?
think this modification.
How is that the
for
best
temporary
interest of
would
the
be in best
children?
interest
Yes, sir.
And are you asking that if the court determines that she provided any support, that it be based off the guidelines?
Yes, sir.
Is that your reason here today, is to ask for support?
No.
As it relates to temporary injunctions, you've asked for not disturbing the peace of the children, hiding or secreting the children, withdrawing the children. Now, obviously, that would be contingent on whatever the court tells us we're going to do as far as enrolling the children, correct?
That's correct.
Making disparaging remarks about you and or your family in the presence of the children.
That's correct.
And you'd be fair to say that that should go both ways.
That's correct.
And canceling, altering, or failing to renew premiums for the insurances in place for the children, correct?
Correct.
Um, I will pass the witness subject to redirect.
Thank you. Mr. Delaney, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, I get, we're gonna start at 12, I guess.
12, 12:15, somewhere around there, yes.
Okay. Mr. Ortega, we heard a video a little while ago where you were confronting your son in front of his mother's house, correct?
Correct.
And it was very contentious. Would you agree with me?
I don't understand that word.
Yes, I would.
It means that it was very argumentative and hot-tempered. Would you agree?
Somewhat.
Yeah. And would you agree with me that in that video, you were trying to get your son to change what he was saying about his past experiences with you? Is that correct?
Not changed.
Okay. You were saying, I didn't do that. You know, I didn't do that. You know, I didn't do that. You were trying to get him to not say that you had been abusive to his mother in his presence. Isn't that true?
I was not trying to force my son to say anything.
How come it sounded like it was? It sure sounded like it was, didn't it?
I'm not sure. It's just,
You kept saying, you know, that's not true. You know, that's not true. Didn't you?
I sure, I
I'm going to
react
check
the
to
way I
the
should.
question. The video speaks for itself as to what he said and didn't say. So I'm going to object to misparaphrasing
I-
what the witness said.
Yeah, I think it misstates the exhibit.
Okay, Your Honor, I will rephrase.
Thank you.
Okay, you know that the essence of what you were doing.
It's exactly what he
was that
said.
You knew that this was
Verbatim.
videotaped, you were taping it, right?
Yes.
And it probably scared you a lot that your son was saying right on the videotape that he didn't want to go with you because he'd seen you beat up his mother. Didn't that worry you?
No, sir, that's incorrect.
It didn't worry you at all.
No, sir, it was false.
Then why, you say it's false, correct?
Yes, sir.
But not him. He didn't say it was false, did he?
No, sir.
I don't know. Let's think. Is it the mom and definitely the girlfriend and the therapist brainwashing these kids? Or could it be the fact that when the son was trying to stop the dad from punching his mom repeatedly and the father instead punched him, that made a difference?
And could that be because it's true?
No, sir. Objection calls for speculation or argumentative as to who believes that to be true.
Sustained as to
I'll rephrase
argumentative.
it. The reason you know that it's true that you used to regularly assault and beat up your, at the time, I guess it was wife, domestic partner, whatever relationship y'all had, you beat her up regularly, didn't you?
No, sir.
And other people saw it. Isn't that true?
No, sir.
People in your own family saw it. Isn't that true?
No, sir.
So if there are witnesses here from your family that say that they witnessed you beat her up, they're lying?
Yes, sir.
Why would people in your family lie about it?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Okay. You are trying to blame your son and your daughter's desire to not go with you on what you call alienation done by my client. Isn't that true?
No, sir.
Okay, then what are you trying to blame them on?
I'm not trying to blame nothing. I'm just trying to pick up my kids. And right now they have been brainwashed to be against me. This did ever happen before?
Okay, so you believe they're brainwashed.
Yes, sir.
Isn't another explanation for them not wanting to go with you actually witnessing things that make them afraid of you? Isn't that another explanation?
Objection argumentative. Seems facts not in it.
Your Honor, it's a question. It's a valid question.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to check the phrasing, so
I'll re-ask it.
I appreciate that.
Okay. There are two possible explanations in your mind or in the way that you're looking at this that would explain why the children are not wanting to go. Isn't that right? Okay, one is that they were brainwashed, in quotes, by my client. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Okay. And the other one is that they are scared of you because of what they witnessed at home. Isn't that true?
That's not true.
Okay, so that's not a possible explanation.
No, sir.
Okay. Would you agree with me? Would you agree with me that if a child witnesses regular, recurring abuse in a home of the other parent by a parent, that would be a logical grounds? That would be a logical grounds to not want to go with the abusive parent?
Objection calls for speculation. Also assumes facts not in evidence.
Your Honor, I'm asking you hypothetically.
Argumentative.
Is it, I don't know if it's a, I think you have to rephrase it,
Okay.
please.
If your children witnessed you regularly and repeatedly abusing their mother in the home, wouldn't that be a logical reason? Wouldn't that be a good reason for them not wanting to go?
Objection assumes facts not in evidence. Objection is argumentative. And objection is, I'm just leaving it at those.
Sustained.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm trying to get this way. You admit that if you did those things, Your Honor, okay, there cannot just be one reason, and that's his
Stop.
reason.
I don't
as
need
to
the-
why the kids
I don't need the
go.
argument, just ask it a different way. The way that you're asking is,
Okay,
I mean,
you heard your son on that video that was played by your lawyer say that the reason he didn't want to go with you was because you beat up his mother. You heard that, didn't you?
Yes, I did hear it.
Okay. And that was the reason he gave, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it's only because you don't like that answer that you're trying to argue it's something else. Isn't that true?
That's not true.
Then you heard him say that the reason why things changed from the time that you were imagining that he wanted to be with you The reason for the change was because he learned that abuse in the home is not normal. Did you hear him say that?
I heard him say that.
Okay. Do you think that's a good reason?
I don't believe the reason that is true behind it
Okay. But do you think it's a good reason?
for,
Objection, calls for speculation as to what a third party.
It just seems vague. I'm not sure what the question is. Do you think it's a good reason?
Okay. Do you think it's a valid reason? If he says that the reason he doesn't want to go with you is because he saw you abuse his mother, do you accept that reason?
if it was true, yes, but it's not true.
If he says that the thing that changed from 2020 or 21, when you saw him before, is that he discovered that life doesn't have to be the way it was with you at home. Do you think that is a valid reason?
It's not valid.
Why is it not valid?
It's not true.
Okay, you say it's not true. He says it is true.
Objection.
You heard the testimony that your son gave on videotape, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't think that's a good reason to not want to go with you?
No, sir.
Okay. You were getting pretty hot yourself on that videotape, weren't you?
It's more of a like, as a parent, my kids are innocent, they're children, and they shouldn't be used as a weapon towards me. No, I really don't like that at all.
But the anger was being directed toward your son, wasn't it?
I'm not angry. It's just frustrating. It's just, I haven't seen him for 3 years.
You were angry when you were speaking to your son, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. So you just normally talk to your son in that fashion, is that correct?
Like, no, it's not. That's not how I talk to my son.
Okay. Which is it? Were you mad or is that the normal way you talk to your son?
No, it's just frustrating to see what's been going on with my kids. It's really frustrating as a dad that loves his children. It's frustrating. You know, it kind of does like frustrate you because I love my kids and no children should be going through that stuff.
Okay. When is the last time you say that it was 2021 was the last time you had possession of your kids, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is 3 years later, correct?
More than 3 years.
More than 3 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't have any idea what goes on inside their home, correct?
No, sir, I don't. Obviously,
Okay.
just by the police report.
So you're not familiar with the present environment of the children, are you?
Somewhat points evidence.
When is the last time you went inside their home?
The day after the enforcement,
Okay. How long were you in there?
like about 2 minutes.
Okay. And that's the only time you've been inside that home, correct?
That's correct.
You filed in your petition that you are well acquainted with the present circumstances or the present environment that the children are in. That's not true, is it?
I don't recall it.
So it's just not true, correct?
Objection. That's the answer.
Sustained.
Okay, you say that I am well acquainted. May I push the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
Do you recognize this affidavit that you signed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, is this your signature?
Then we'll stipulate this.
I'm a sworn affidavit.
Okay. He said he would stipulate to it, but
Okay.
he can ask his question.
Okay, so you're not denying that you signed this and that you signed it under oath, right?
Correct.
So everything in it is sworn to be true by you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You say the circumstances of the children have materially and substantially changed since January 23rd, 2012. Correct?
Correct.
Can you tell the court what the changes are?
Like, can you be a little bit more specific on the question?
You're the one that wrote it, sir. Can you tell the court what has changed materially and substantially since January 23rd, 2012, in the children's lives?
Their school records, their behavior, their bad profanity, and according to what I've seen on social media, what happens in that house, there's a lot of alcohol, drinking and smoking, and obviously domestic violence. The mother went to jail for hitting her partner or her friend.
You're not in that house, are you?
No, sir.
So everything you just said is based on your speculation, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You also say that the children's present circumstances would significantly impair the children's physical health and emotional development. You
That's
say that, correct?
correct.
Okay. What are the present circumstances that would significantly impair the children's physical health and emotional development?
Their school grades
So the school grades are the biggest thing in your mind.
and the relationship with me.
Okay. But you don't have any direct evidence or proof as to why the children are reacting that way towards you, do you?
On the video that I provided, there's videos that show that the mother and the partner are saying that I do drugs in front of my kids, that I hit them. Like they're basically telling my kids that I do all this stuff, and that's not right.
That's not in any of the videos that have been submitted, is it?
I'm not sure, but I did provide a lot of videos and audio recordings with that stuff.
Okay, but it's not in evidence today, is it?
I'm not sure.
So how is it harming the children that they're not seeing you? How is it harming their physical health, first of all?
Like my son and daughter have bruises and bleedings from when the mother hit my son and daughter in 2020.
Okay. That's 2020,
Yes, sir.
okay? And how come that didn't come up in your testimony when your lawyer was asking you reasons why you were getting custody or wanting custody?
Who wasn't asked that specific question?
Okay, isn't it true that you're making stuff up now to bolster your own case?
No, sir.
Isn't that true?
No, sir.
And isn't it true that you have misrepresented to the court the current status of the children's academic records?
No, sir.
Okay. Next question is, if you were so concerned about what was going on at school, you were getting their reports, correct?
Yes, sir.
How many times did you go up to the school to talk to teachers about it?
Once I found out where she lives, I started going to the schools more on a regular day basis.
Okay, you got the records regularly from the school, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. When did you first, how come you had to know where they lived before you would go to the school?
Because the mother hid that she moved without telling me no twice.
I'm not asking that, sir. Objection, non-responsive.
Objection, very responsive. I'd ask the witness be allowed to finish the question that was presented to him.
Granted, he can finish the question, answering the question.
So when I attempted to go in 509 East Avenue, that's where I last saw my kids in 2021. And like when I started going, like the police officer told me not to go no more because nobody lived there. And I didn't know where to go no more. I just went to the old house that was on the original report. And that's when she got arrested, that's how I found out where she lives. And that's how I started calling all the schools around her. And they told me my kids were attending to that school. And that's how I found out. That's when I started trying to go and meet with them and take them lunch and talk to the teachers. And the teachers told me that there's a lot going on to finish this in court because the kids are saying a lot of stuff bad about me.
So the teachers told you that there were outcries at school about you also, correct?
No, sir, there's no.
Okay, you just said it, didn't you?
I don't know what outcry is.
Saying that you abused their mother and or abused them. They were telling people in school that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they were trying to get the word out to any authority figure they knew of, correct?
Objection assumes facts not in evidence, assumes speculation.
Sustained.
Isn't it true that one of the things that make the kids terrified of you is that you kidnapped them and took them to Mexico without their mother's consent? Isn't that true?
Objection, argumentative as phrased.
Rephrase,
That's
please.
not in evidence.
On December 28th, 2020, isn't it true that you removed the children from the United States and took them to Mexico?
Yes, with permission.
Isn't it true that the mother didn't even have any notice that you were doing it, correct?
That's false.
Isn't it true that you were supposed to be returning the children to her when she found out that you had taken them to Mexico?
It's the date that I'm supposed to return them on the court order, that's when I was supposed to return my kids to her. Our kids to her.
Okay, you were supposed to return the children as per court orders on 12/28/2020, correct?
That's correct.
But you didn't, correct?
Yes, I did.
Isn't it true you took them to Mexico?
We went on a family vacation.
Okay, you didn't have any sort of passport for the children either, did you?
I have a permit
Who did you get the permit from?
from government of Mexico.
What about the United States? You ignored them?
No, they didn't ask for a permit. I had the birth certificate.
Okay. Once again, this wasn't during your period of possession, was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay, moving on. You have not, as you admitted, had the children even for one night since 2021, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. How do you think of your children, putting aside your own desires and what you think is best for you, putting that aside, how do you think your children can you imagine what your children would feel like if they were suddenly forced to start living with you?
I didn't cause the damage. I didn't cause the alienation.
I'm not asking that, sir. I'm asking, can you put the best interests of your children in the forefront of your mind for a few minutes? Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you think it would make your children feel if the court actually did what you're asking? And all of a sudden ripped the kids from the only parent that they know and have been with for 3 years, and all of a sudden forced them to start living with somebody they can't stand.
Objection, compound question.
Sustained.
Okay, first of all, how do you think it would make them feel if they were forced to leave their mother right now? What would that do to them?
It's tough on the child. It's tough.
But you don't care, do you?
I do care.
No, you just want what you want, don't you?
No, sir.
Why are you asking for something that you know would cause your children a lot of pain and fear and suffering?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Okay. So you don't believe, you know the way your children are acting towards you right now, correct?
That's because they haven't spent time with us.
I didn't ask that question, sir. You know how they're acting, correct?
According to what I've seen so far, yes.
Okay. Based on that, can you give the court a prediction of how they would act if they were forced to come and live with you?
Objection, calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Okay, so you don't have any idea what it would do with the kids, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Do you think it's a fair question? No, never mind. Isn't it true that you have terrified other members of your family, not just my client?
What do you mean by that?
There's other members of your family that are scared of you, correct? Because of your physical violence.
If I can get a time frame on the question.
I'll be glad to get one.
Sure. Yeah, okay, then go ahead.
Right now, as we sit here today, there are members of your family that are scared of you. Is that correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Do you know Christina Ortega?
Yes.
And what relationship is she to you?
She's the daughter of my dad, my sister, my half sister.
Um, isn't it true that she is one of the witnesses to you beating up my client on more than one occasion?
That's false.
That's false.
Yes, sir.
And if she says so, it's a lie.
Objection calls for speculation as soon as pressed on it.
Sustained.
If she says anything other than what you want, then she's a liar, correct?
Objection. So facts not with evidence as soon as speculation. It's argumentative.
Sustained. Maybe now's a good time, unless you want to finish this line of questioning, or is now a good time for a break?
I agree, Judge.
Okay, we're gonna take a break then for lunch.
Lunch is my favorite part. Don't worry, I edited out lunch. And the
First
mom,
admitted any
the mom
substances
comes on now, guys.
containing
This is,
labs for
sorry, hold
testing
on.
of the substance.
No. Ma'am,
Mom is on the stand now. I cut the rest of Dad's testimony. It's on my Patreon. And it's about to go live in about, I don't know, 15, 25 minutes. It takes a while to upload a video. I'm not going to upload the second half with Mom until after the live because I don't want my internet going crazy. But all of Mom's will be on my Patreon as well. Hold on, I'll put my Patreon up. So if you want to see the whole thing unredacted, that I have, then it's on my Patreon. And it's free. You don't have to pay to look at the video.
sorry, if you can try to listen to your attorney's question and then answer the one he asks in the way that he asks it, because otherwise it will draw an objection and it would go more smoothly if we do it that way. Okay.
And if you don't mind me, what she's telling me to do is listen to what I'm asking it. Don't expound, just answer it directly, okay? So did you see him snort the cocaine or the white substance?
Yes,
And after he did it, what happened next?
he told me to get the fuck out and then he closed the door.
Okay? Was that the only time during this period of time following January 23rd of 2012 up until the time you left him? Was that the only time you observed him using cocaine or what you think is cocaine?
No,
Okay, when else did you see it?
including the year,
I couldn't hear you.
including the year.
Can you use the microphone? I'm open. Including what?
There was an occasion in which he was in my car. He would use my vehicle and he had white powder all over the vehicle. And when I walked up to him, he had the white powder on his upper finger. And that's whenever I walked up to him and he told me to get the fuck out.
Okay, so that was in the car?
Correct.
Okay. Did you ever have that substance tested, as my opposing counsel mentioned?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you have any doubt in your mind as to what it was?
No.
Other than cocaine, did you ever personally observe him using any other substances?
Yes.
Would you tell the court what those were?
Marijuana.
Okay, and was this on one occasion or more than one occasion?
More than one.
And how?
If we want to do Fleischer today, we can. I can stop the trial. I can finish we can do mom's testimony tomorrow, and then it'll be the end. We get the verdict tomorrow. It's up to you guys. Just let me know. I can go on Fleischer real quick if you want.
Frequent was it, or often was it?
It was daily.
Daily?
Sure.
And whenever was he smoking it, I guess, or what?
Yes.
And was there a particular time of day when he would do it?
No particular time.
Okay. And how did you come across seeing him do it?
The scent.
The chat is
And then
the best part.
going to the backyard.
Okay, what was in the backyard?
Him smoking with a
All right,
group of
I'll
friends.
create a poll,
Okay.
and the poll
So
will
you
decide.
observed this, is that right?
Sure.
And this would occur daily?
Yes, daily.
And did he act differently after he smoked the marijuana?
No.
He didn't?
Objection, non-responsive after.
Sustained after no.
Okay. Was there anything else besides cocaine and marijuana that you ever observed him ingest?
No.
Okay. Now, he mentioned from the witness stand, or he admitted that he took illegal pills that he wasn't even sure what they were. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you ever observe him doing that when you were with him? I mean, during this time period?
Yes.
Okay. So there were other things you observed.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
Tell the court what you observed on those occasions.
Well, on that occasion, I knew some were prescribed. However, after the treatment was completed, he would still go and refill those prescriptions. I'm not sure what kind of pills they were. I just know they were in multiple containers.
Okay. And after he took those, did you notice any sort of change in behavior?
Yeah.
Would you tell the court what that change was?
He would begin to hallucinate.
Okay, why? How do you know that he was hallucinating?
He would go in front of the TV and have a conversation with the TV. And he would talk to, we have Elf on the Shelf at the
I
time.
can't hear you, I'm sorry.
We had Elf on the Shelf at the time, and he would speak to the elves, and he would speak to the TVs, and he would speak to the drawings that he would draw on the wall.
You said he drew on the wall.
Correct.
What did he draw on the wall?
He would cover the entire room, full of graffiti, full of writings, full of quotes, just all over it, covered all up.
I mean, you're going to miss
In
her
your
talk about her
opinion,
arm
was
getting
he
broken.
in a correct frame of mind when he did that?
No,
Okay, what do you think made him do that?
drugs.
Okay. When he was talking to the elf on the shelf and the TV, and the drawings, do you believe he was trying to be humorous?
No,
I can't
Was he
see the
serious?
poll results yet.
Were there any other instances where you suspect he was hallucinating?
yes.
Tell the court about that.
Okay, I think it's time. I'm going to go look at the poll results right now, so it's your last chance to vote. Here I go. Fleischer won, I think. Hold on. End poll. So, more people on the live stream want to see Judge Fleischer than finish the pull and nobody wants to see a drone. I'm just kidding. That drone was awesome, Fozzie. It was awesome. So let's go get Judge Fleischer. Mama's about to get really good, guys. There he is. All right, we did Friday yesterday, so we will do Thursday, but did I do all of Thursday? Nope, I don't think I did. I think I stopped right here with Carl. Wait, is that the same guy from Friday? Is that frail guy from Friday? Did we see him Thursday? I think it is. So we have not an update, we have a prequel. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Twitchy, just so you know, I have the whole thing gonna being downloaded on Patreon.
Good morning, Mr.
So if you don't want to wait till tomorrow, you just have to wait. I don't know. As soon as my stream is over, I'm gonna put part 2 up.
Wallace.
This is him. This is from Friday.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. So
Tell me what,
having a better morning. Having a better morning.
what's going on with you?
Well, right now, weak, really weak. I'm just trying to help my brother get back in patience of everything about the world, about what I did to him. I'm the one who caused the world to go.
Where do you live?
But I live over on A617 mile.
I mean, you live here,
residential home, Judge?
you live here in Harris County, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, will you tell me about the assault, please?
Says that the complainant stated he and defendant were roommates for 10 years, and the defendant asked the complainant for a cigarette. After the complainant gave him a cigarette, the defendant became aggressive, stating that cigarettes are free, and that the defendant grabbed him by his right forearm, scratched him, and left 2 visible scratches, which the officers observed.
Was this at a home?
It's
Did they kick you out of that home?
well, time being, I had to come here. For the time being, I had to come here.
If we release you, where are you gonna go? Where do you have to go?
The same place, except he got a better place.
Are you
So,
sure that they would take you back?
Yeah, they'll take me back.
Because I don't want to release you and then you're out on the street, you have nowhere to go. But if I know that you have a place to go to, I can release you there. But I'm not letting you out just to roam the streets of Harris County. So let's do this. Do you have a phone number to the place or a contact at that home that Josh can reach out to see if we could get you to go there?
No, sure, the phone number.
We can find it, Judge. We'll figure out what the center is.
Do you know the phone number to the home?
The lady has a special phone, one of those,
Which lady?
Lady Dixon.
She works at the home?
Yeah, her name's kind of like Catherine.
What's the home called?
Lord. Hardgrove.
Hargrove?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah, that's,
Okay, let's do this. The line's building up. Can you stay for a while?
I
Yeah,
can't
that's
answer the reports, but I can come back.
Okay, can you come back? No, I don't mean stay here, physically stay here, but can you come back a little bit later?
Okay.
And then I'll help you reach out to the Hargrove to see if we have a place for him. Okay, don't send him down. Okay, we're gonna try to find you a home, okay?
Just trying to reach out today.
Don't go far.
I have Mr. Cuenca and Prochinoff. Cuenca, C-U-E-N.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. With a Q, C,
Sí.
okay,
Cuenca.
okay,
Judge, he's not present. He's in ICE custody. We would request the court to issue a bench warrant to bring him back.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
well, I'm just gonna revoke the bond. No? You just will leave it on bond and get the bench warrant? Okay. Anything for you.
Thank you. To the bench.
Judge,
Judge, I've got Kirkland Wyckoff on the docket.
oh, Mr. Wyckoff.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Wyckoff, did he go test?
He did, Judge.
Great.
I don't know what the results
Oh.
are. I don't know. He just got back in, Judge.
Wonderful. Come up, Mr. Wyckoff.
Hi, Terry.
I'm very happy that there's no white powdery substance in your test. That's great. One at a time, we'll start getting them out. Don't smoke weed, because after 35, 40 days, if it still shows, that shows me that you're still smoking. It's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, just want to make sure that you're doing all right, that no positive, that's it.
Just,
Yeah.
That was
Hey.
I have
quick.
an off docket matter. Can I just speak
For sure. What is it?
It's 252-2910. It's Adrian Caldwell.
I can never remember his
He
name.
recently bonded out of his felonies and pending misdemeanors. He had a VPO and an interference with 911 here.
Can you bring him up?
He's not here today, Judge. It's off docket. So he just wanted me to ask about his bond conditions. You have him on 24-hour house arrest, and he has just GPS monitoring in the felony court. He's asking if you would be willing to have his conditions here mirror the conditions in felony court. Okay. Yeah, he's saying
This guy's just, no.
I'll let him know, Judge.
Yeah. Sorry.
No problem, Judge. He
Yeah.
wanted me to ask.
Thanks. Hey,
Judge, I am here on William Thompson. It's his first setting. And now have him in the whole.
yes, so you're signing on.
Yes, Judge.
Great.
It looks like I'm already on. So.
Are you representing him?
I represent him in Fort Bend, so I'm familiar with
Okay.
his history. We were set for a plea on Tuesday for a nice deferred out there on that case. We appeared on Tuesday, and judge in court one out there revoked his bonds and said both of his bonds were 3,000 apiece. He scribed
Wait,
up enough.
He has two out there?
Speaking of Stink Eye is always on replay crew, guys. We haven't seen Stink Eye in so long, and we miss Stink Eye so much. Replay crew, he's there. Everybody can say hi right now. Hi.
There was a gun in the car, so he has an
Okay.
unlawful carrying weapon. They were gonna dismiss that, plead to a deferred, it's gonna be good. And then a few days before
Sometimes
that.
you just want to like,
Yeah. So, I mean, I know his dad, they have minimal means, they scrape together the money to post.
I'm not giving him a PR bond.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ms. Locklear. I can't, like, you have two open DWIs. You gotta, let me bring him out so he can hear this. It'll only be fair.
He makes $300 a week, lives with his grandparents. Yes. He's
Stephen,
actually-
can you bring out Mr. Thompson, please? Thompson? This was the gentleman that we took in with the other DWI. He needs to hear this. That way, is Dad here?
That's not him.
No?
Why not?
Okay.
Wait.
Okay. Yeah. Can I do this real quick while they're bringing him out?
absolutely.
All right, come on.
Biggins.
With an F, right? Vegans? Okay.
Last time we were here.
So speaking of Stink Eye being on replay crew, I also want to say hi to Julie Central or Julia Central. I'm not sure. There could be an A in there. Replay crew every day, comments all the time. I read them. I love them. You're great. You are like part of the family here, and maybe I'll do a stream on your time someday. Actually, leave a comment, Julie, and tell me when is a good time for me to do a stream. You can even narrow it down to day and time. I will take off work if I have to, and I will do a stream just to make sure that you can join us in chat. But thank you so much. Really, really, really appreciate it. MJD, your comments are great too. Thank you so much.
He did pay the restitution that the court requested.
Really? Great. Pay the restitution.
Yes, sir.
Great. That's wonderful. Good job. So what are we doing now, Amy?
It's time, sir, Judge.
Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged, read, in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You're now charged with this failure to stop and give information. You understand
Yes, sir.
that when you keep doing this, you're gonna get sued. They're gonna take everything from you. You understand that, right?
Sir.
That's why you have insurance. Get insurance. How do you plead to the offense of failure to stop and give information, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You're facing up to 6 months in jail. However, you guys have worked that agreement where it's 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. I will find you guilty, send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks, Evan.
Mr. Thompson set all the way up for me.
You know, Mr. Tom, it's Thomas, right?
Thompson.
Thompson, Mr. Thompson, we were talking about you, so it's only fair that you hear what's going on. You know, it seems that you had a pretty sweetheart deal, it looks like, in Fort Bend, and now all that has gone through the tubes. I've known him for a long time. I've known him for at least 20 years. Great working relationship, and I love the way it works. And he's asking me to either give you a PR bond or a low bond. And I'm thinking to myself, why would I do that? Because you do whatever you're gonna do, and you don't care what anybody else says. Why would we bend over backwards to help someone like that? Why? Just because you're sorry? Actions speak louder than words.
I love this judge.
You telling me sorry, you telling me I'm never gonna do this again.
Wow, you
We've
wanted
heard that
your
before.
plans to really be fast.
Where we are now. Tell me what you would like.
Judge, I'd like you to consider a $500 surety bond. He's already on $6,000
CJ, thank you so much.
in misdemeanor bonds and complying with those conditions. I'm not saying he was complying, but I'm saying now he's going forward complying with conditions. And he can only operate now a vehicle with an interlock device, and your condition right now says no driving. I'd like to address that, but on the amount of bond, if you would consider, he makes $300 a week. He works for his dad. They do driving things. They
And you don't. Not in-
well, he's a courier. He wasn't a courier this night in question. Okay, so
So
then.
Go ahead.
So you have that tool, it sounds like, no driving. He lives with his grandmother, he has some bills, and he makes about $1,200 a month. Right now, he's spent what he has, and he has to reach out to other family members for any kind of assistance. He has a good family, they're certainly want to help, but they don't have a lot of means either. And he's going to have to deal with Fort Bend now in a way that he's probably gonna hopefully get a straight probation out there and work something out here in some form or fashion, some expeditions are going on. There's some issues in this case, but.
Mr. Thompson, I want you to understand that when I have someone that comes into my court with multiple DWIs, I usually set bonds somewhere in the neighborhood of around $15,000 to $20,000, if not higher. That's what I normally do. When someone has 2 open DWIs, I always take their privilege to drive away from me.
Donald,
Why
I
would
love
we
you.
put and endanger
Crystal. Oh,
the streets of
thank you.
Harris
Make it
County
green.
when you have repeatedly shown that you failed to care
Fozzie, you
about
lied.
any bond conditions.
Oh, Fozzie's
You've
cat.
repeatedly shown
You
that.
didn't
So
lie.
I'm sorry, Troy.
Thank you
I'm not
so
gonna let him
much.
drive. He's got 2 open DWIs. Not only that, but I don't want him out in the middle of the night. I'm going to give you a curfew. And I'm going, on one ankle, I'm going to put a scram ankle monitor, so I know that you're not
Fitty.
consuming alcohol. On
Fitty.
your other ankle, you're going to get a GPS monitor, so I know that you're not out in the middle of the night. And I'm going to tell you now, if I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully now we will get your attention. And to me, if you think that you're going to garner any sympathy because you live with grandma or they make $300 a day, nope. Luckily, no one was really injured, because then you would really be up Shisa Creek. And then you'd really be in custody with bonds in the quadruple to quintuple digits. Do you understand? I can't, because
Microwave
$500 is something that we give to someone on usually a first offense. I have another guy here with another DWI, a $500 bond. Someone who has 3 open cases, 2 of them being very dangerous cases. I can't.
Thank
possibly
you.
do that.
Day off fund. What
And I'm
does
going to
that
tell you,
mean?
quite frankly, you're lucky that it's now only
I'm not
5,000.
taking a
because
day off. I
ask-
love
ask me.
y'all.
I always set it at $15,000 to $20,000 on a second DWI. So if you now get a taste of jail, perhaps that's what it needs. I will say this, Troy, that I will waive the fee
Harry,
on
thank
all of
you.
his devices that he's gonna have, because that'll save him a pretty penny right there. I'm waiving all your fees, which right now, garnering everything that I have on you now, is probably gonna be around, $1,200 to $1,500 a month in fees that I'm waiving. So. And because so, I will not entertain any excuses from you. Do you understand? All right. Good luck. You got it. Thank you. Joseph.
And on Kirkland Wyckoff, so Victoria said that he needs to come to court twice a week.
Correct.
No
Yeah,
way.
because
We
he's
love it.
was testing positive for cocaine, so I want to make sure that he's not.
I don't even know if I would be able to watch Judge Fleischer if he wasn't banging his desk, clicking his mouse, bumping his foot. No, it just wouldn't be the same judge.
Using for the foreseeable future, and then if he doesn't test for quite a while, then I'll take him on. But I want to make sure that he's not using.
Okay.
And I know that if I have him testing twice a week, he's not going to use. If I have it only one time a week, you can do it and evade. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right, thank you.
Hi. Good morning.
Do you know my client, Trey Daniel?
What's it called? Handle? Daniel.
Oh,
Okay.
that sweater is so cute. Is it attached to
There
the
we go.
dress,
I guess-
the sweater dress?
Um,
White Hall, come on up.
Yes, I said thank you. Thank you, Crystal.
yeah, but you know what? It was a 2B.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna hold it against him. Like, your case is only, really, truly, it's only 74 days old.
Okay,
So you still have as much time as you need.
okay.
Like, if you want a couple months,
Totally.
you're happy to have it.
Okay.
You know,
So did I just get a recess?
yeah, just a normal reset. Do you guys have an offer or not?
I like it. It's very pretty.
So yeah, we'll treat it like just a new case.
Okay.
So it's only 74 days, so
Okay.
offer or
There's
not?
a time serve offer on it.
Okay, so yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Edinburgh, Judge, we do want to resolve that case, but he's just going to need some time to speak with his attorney out in Collin County to make sure there's no court dates that he would be missing while he is
Okay.
serving that out. So can we get like a plea date?
Remember, he's only gonna end up doing probably 30 with change, right?
Good.
So
He just wants to plan for it.
I can give you a couple weeks.
Maybe 30 days.
So
You
let's
can
do
call him
this.
Fonzie.
Do
It's
you
fine.
want to, let's get it done today,
We
and then
call
we
him
can give
much
a turn-in
worse.
date for 30 days. You do that? A turn-in date for 30 days.
Okay.
You want to do that? Let's do that.
I'll read your approach when I get it.
Sure.
Fozzie's such a good guy.
Yeah, it's all the same thing. No dope, no alcohol, random UAs. He'll be tested in 35 days to 40 days. If he tests positive again, boom. Just let him know. Oh, he needs to go hire one. Yeah, thanks. Hey, Q.
Hey, Jeff,
Hey, good morning.
I have a plea, he's in custody, Keith Hamilton, I think.
There was.
Okay.
Yeah, they're getting him.
Is that it?
Yes.
Great. Hey,
She has to
ready?
pay too.
Who's on her?
Custody too?
Who's her?
Nan,
No.
I love
When he
you and
comes
your
out with
autocorrect.
with him, I
Okay.
will go grab Miss Jones.
Can you sign that barcode, please?
I mean, that was really his cat, guys.
Okay, so that's Pavel's signature. Do we, the lawyer?
We don't need the.
We don't need it?
signature, it's
No?
usually the judge and DA.
Okay.
Totally.
But if you want her to sign it off her numbers, I think so.
No, it's no big deal.
Mr. Jones?
Who is it here? Who do you have?
Keith Hamilton.
He's doing 3 days with 37 days credit.
3 for 37?
Yes.
Okay. Abandoning enhancement.
You're good.
Good morning, Mr. Hamilton. So you're charged with failure to identify oneself to a peace officer while being a fugitive from justice. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 37 days that you've already done. Is this what you want to do? Understand this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any charges that you pick up. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. This is what you want to do. Okay, sir. We'll find you guilty, send you to the agreement. Good luck. Thanks. All right. Ready? Oh. Val, I need to give this to you. Oh, maybe not. So this guy here just wrote us a letter. 247.
This is the one that goes to.
Maybe you can, I can't read what that says. Well, no, that's what I'm looking, look at the. Oh, look at the. 247-135. I put it. Oh, is it an 8? I thought it was a 6. Yeah, that's an 8.
It is.
What do you
Everything
see?
out of your court is disposed of.
No, it's in warrant status.
He's in warrant status,
Yeah.
but his warrant is on a case out of the 185. It's an ag AFM that was cut down to an AFM, 1 year deferred.
Oh, so he thinks it's our probation because maybe got reduced to misdemeanor, maybe?
No, he thinks it's on probation because his most recent case was an out-of-county fugitive case, but it was disposed of.
So should we send this to the way you fit then?
Yes,
Oh, it's not for us?
No.
it is not for us. If you want, do you want me to provide the clear copy? Sure.
Okay. Ready? Okay, come on up, ma'am. Sonia, who do we have? Wait. Is this the step? Okay, so I'm thinking of someone else. All right, good morning, Ms. Jones.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with assault. You're also charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to a year in jail on the assault case and then up to 6 months on the trespass. What have we worked out? Okay. Okay, it's 30 days in jail with the credit that you have, ma'am. How much? 20 days credit. So you're done. Next time you pick up a case, come back. Good things happen if you come back.
Yes, sir.
Really, we don't bite. We smell good. There's no reason. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Ms. Jones. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. You give up the right to be arraigned, have the charge read in open court. You cannot appeal this, meaning that once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. You can never change this or undo this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, man? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
I will find you guilty. From now on, you are looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. So be careful, man. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck. Thanks.
And Judge Trish, I apologize for missing my court dates.
Come back. Good things happen when you ask Sonia. Good things happen when you come back. Really?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on.
Okay. Alan, you ready to go?
No, you want him brought out, correct?
Yeah. Can you bring his guy out, please? Yeah. No, he's been on it for,
I told him I'd look into it, so I was like, that's true, he should stay on them, but maybe it's true.
we're doing a plea now, and so don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Who told you?
Wait, you tried to fire me?
I don't know.
Lord.
I mean, do you expect anything less? Come on.
Out here.
Look, they're never happy, and they're gonna try to grab on to anything. It's like, it's like,
That's the one thing I've learned. That's fun. I'm gonna tell my wife that one.
That's why sometimes comedy is more fun, they probably wild emotions. And,
but the quality is.
oh, yeah, no, it's handwritten.
Just wait. Soon you shall see.
Kelly, you do a great job. You should be the one here. Your stories are great. I mean it. They are. Hello, legal fiction.
Mr. Devereaux. Do you have anyone else that we can call to talk to see where you can go? I'm not letting you out on the street. I'm gonna tell you that now. So unless you got someone, I'm not, because,
Friend, that's all, my close friend,
okay?
and he will let me stay at his place.
Number,
Yes, sir.
but you weren't able to get a hold of this person.
I did speak with him. He was willing to let me stay at his place. The individual basically, he picks up bread for a living, delivers bread for a living, and He sounded like an upstanding guy. So far, as far as the numbers he gave me, he gave his mom number, mom's number rang one time, and that was that.
What happened? It go to voicemail or what?
Pretty much, yes. It's go straight to voicemail, and sometimes it says the voicemail is not set up.
Mr. Devereaux, how old are you, sir?
24, sir.
Okay. Who do you have in your life? Where's mom?
My mom, my mom, she stays in another town, sir. She take care of my two little sisters.
Where?
East Texas, sir.
Where's dad?
I don't know, Dad.
Why'd you stray from mom?
Trying to grow up. That's all I'm
Really?
trying.
You're grown up. You're grown up sideways, man.
Understand? Yes, sir. I do understand that. I'm just trying to.
What you're trying to do, you're trying to end up in prison really quick, Mr. Devereaux. Either that or you're gonna end up shot dead because these cases now, you're taking from honest, hardworking people. In Texas here, people like their cars and they like their guns. And when you muck with the wrong person, they're gonna shoot your ass dead. It's only a matter of time. We see it all the time. I can't tell you how many people we've had come in here with gunshot wounds because they try to BMV, burglarize a motor vehicle, and then they get with a shotgun. Over and over. And you're now on two. I don't want to let you out on the street. What I would like to do is call your mom and figure out whether she'll take you in, take you back. Will she take you back?
I can go to my close friends
And then what?
I start working with him with his bread company.
I think we're better served with putting Mr. Devereaux on probation so we can monitor him, so we can find out he's not mucking up. So you don't start using any kind of dope, so we can get you an honest working job so you can become a productive member of society and not with a permanent number on your back. Troy, what's up, man?
He hasn't been acting nice before then. Yeah, he's paying. You're gracious to say, oh, everything is. I'm trying to, in my mind, figure out how that works.
So he's still got, what he got in Fort Bend, he's gonna have to deal with that. I'm gonna put my stuff on it so I know that he's not consuming at all.
So if you waive the fees on the ankle monitors, allow him to have the inner lock, toxel lock that he has that he's paying for, then it stays in his car, he doesn't drive. Versus how it is now, he has to have a different kind of interlock device, which you may not have to get that device removed. And then someone would be paying for this other device, as opposed to he has one now through.
What do you want?
Intoxilock. I'm just saying, can he leave the Intoxilock on and just waive the fees on the ankle monitors?
So I can ask if he's able to be the Intoxilock under agency. And if he is, so he pays for the device for the year, and waive the device here. So if he has a device that we don't cover for the.
I can't do anything with the Fort Bend stuff, right?
I'm not, I'm just saying, he has the device on, I don't want to be able.
So that he can get a device in. But if you pay for it, then.
But I want him to have the scram though.
Yes.
Right.
He's gonna have the scram. And then, so does he have to have the interlock through you since you have no driving? Okay, then that's fine. He has interlock through them and.
Let him know he signed an affidavit. If I catch him driving, holy moly, I'm gonna light his ass up. Let him know.
You want to remove the interlock.
I want the scram in lieu of the interlock. So I know he's not drinking at all. Because with the interlock, we only know if you try to get in a car, that's the only time you're gonna blow. Which here, I know 24 hours a day whether you're drinking. That's what I want, to make sure that he's not consuming at all and that he's not on the road driving.
I can remove the interlock off his order and he'll just have to. interlock
Okay,
his
but
order.
understand that we're still gonna file an interlock order with DPS, so DPS knows that if he's caught in the car, they'll arrest him. Yeah. Okay. You need to get back to mom, Mr. Devereaux. What you're doing here, living with your friend, that's not gonna last forever. Your mother is something that'll last forever. She'll hopefully take you in, unless you're just a really bad person. But
No,
the thing is that you continue to rack up criminal cases and you're gonna mess with the wrong person, or you're gonna end up in there with a 25-year sentence. I'm trying to prevent that from happening. If I just let you out on your own, within 5 months, we're gonna see you back. You wanna make a bet? Really? I'll do this. And I'm gonna tell you now, if I see you back, holy moly, I'm going to light you up. I will notate every single thing that we're doing here, now, Mr. Devereaux. I want you to understand, you come back here with a new case because I have jurisdiction over you for the next 5 years. If I see you back here,
Sir,
because you try to thief from someone else,
sir,
if you want money, go do it the right way. Get a damn job.
sir.
Did you even graduate from high school? I'm not taking this. I want him on probation.
Oh, no, sir.
No, I'm not taking this.
Okay, sir.
No.
I got my GED.
No.
I got my GED, but no, I did not graduate. I got my GED.
When did you get your GED?
I got my GED not too long after I graduated, not too long after I didn't graduate, just a year after. I got my GED. I got my GED. I don't know.
I have a sticky note with your name on it that I'm gonna put here on my computer that I will leave up here for the next 3 years. You come back. Get ready, Mr. Devereaux.
Sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, directed in court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. This charge will go on your record. You are now facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense of failure to identify oneself to a peace officer while being a fugitive from justice? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail, credit for 4. As part of the plea bargain agreement, the burglar of the motor vehicle will be dismissed. Good luck to you, Mr. Pepper. Don't come
Thank
back.
you. I want to bedazzle it.
Okay.
This will buy the glue for my
We'll see.
bedazzled.
5 years.
Yes, sir.
You want to step forward for me? Yeah, Mr. Guzman and Mr. Williamson. Mr.
Okay.
Guzman. I have to think about that for a second.
I hear you. I hear you.
I was trying to find out why the gift membership is just spinning when you try to gift memberships. So I was opening a whole bunch of other browsers and doing stuff that didn't work. I am not able to gift any memberships to my own channel at all.
Take another half step forward. Because I want to talk close.
This is the gentleman that had the DWI that wrecked 2 cars,
Hi,
kept
Roland.
going. Am I right, Mr. Guzman?
Yeah, that's, he was like, it's been about, I guess, maybe 7 to 10 days that he was here. He's
Hey,
been in custody
Jojo.
since. I've been in contact with his family. They can't bond him out. Yes.
Mr. Williamson, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 5 days that you've done. You need to understand this charge will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off after you do that. Do you understand, sir? Is this 1 or 2 for you, sir? How many thefts is this for you? 1, 2, 3? Okay, you need to understand that if you continue to pick up theft cases, at some point they're going to hit you with a felony charge. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine accusers, the right to be arraigned, charge read to the court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense, and the trespass is being dismissed? Okay. How do you plead to the offense of theft, sir? I will find you guilty. I will send it to you the agreement. 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 5 days that you've done. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Twitchy, I got bad news. Patreon will only let me drop 1 video a day. So the PM is not going to be dropped until tomorrow. So either way, you're going to find out the answer tomorrow.
I'm not going to do this. I think that this is a plea for him to get out, and then he's just, we haven't addressed any issues. He's going to get out and he's going to create more destruction on our streets, and I don't agree with that.
Will you maintain a defer?
Yeah, I think that, well, did we have him TRASed yet?
I think that was the dollars. I don't think we had him.
I want to do that first, John. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to just.
did you
Mr.
do?
Guzman.
You did do a T-Rex?
I did
Okay.
a T-Rex as you told me
Okay,
to do.
I want to
so.
see what they say, but you need to understand that I take public safety
Yes, sir.
extremely.
Promise I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna cause no more trouble. Promise.
Me too. I'm going to be
Promises?
good.
Promise, sir.
I'm going to be good.
No more trouble coming from you. You ain't gonna hear from me again.
Promises mean nothing to me.
I know.
Okay? Actions speak louder than words, and
Yes, sir.
what happened on that night really, really scares me.
I apologize about that.
If we don't address the underlying issues, me letting you out, the first thing that's gonna happen, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna get effed up again, and then you get into a car. It's a walking 4,000-pound missile of destruction, and
I understand.
I don't want that blood on my hands.
I
And I'm
understand.
not gonna lie.
Judge, I have the.
You got the TRAS? What did they say?
It looks
Sure.
like they're recommending DWI young adult. Judge. So if you want.
Oh, that's a new one. I've not heard of that one. What is this?
I was just
Technically,
asking
it's
about
still
that.
this DWI caseload, but the officers work with clients between 26, and they report to the probation officer opposed to like.
Great. So it's a weekly reporting type deal?
Weekly report also recommended IOP and SOP.
Done. But the problem is who the hell's gonna pay for it?
He's tap funded, so he qualifies.
So
without-
we'll pay for it? Wonderful. Great. You wanna get out?
I would like to,
This
yes,
is what you gotta do.
I would do, I'll do what I gotta do.
I'm gonna tell you now.
Okay?
If you get out and if you start using, I'm going to put you into an inpatient rehab facility. I want you to know that now. You are not to consume alcohol. You are not to consume dope. And I'm going to put an ankle monitor so I know that you're not using. And if I find out that you're using, whatever it may be, I'm gonna keep you for 6 months to about 1.5 years, depending on how well you respond to treatment in the jail.
Understood.
Are you gonna do some sort of deferred plea today, or are you gonna let him out on a bond? Work on that and come back and put him in this program? I think that might be the better way to go, Judge.
Right, so, I mean, what this says DWI young adult caseload. It also says the GED readiness program. How old are you, sir?
23.
23, you didn't even graduate from high school.
No,
That's something else that we're gonna work on because you cannot go through life without, at the minimum, a high school diploma, sir.
that'll be great.
Through a deferred or how? Or through, Pavel, what do you say?
Nothing, he left us.
But we need to go to you without a record, Judge. You can give him the deferred.
Well, I don't know if you're okay with that.
I think the policy is, their policy is.
I don't know, it's, time served is a
Oh,
bad
my
move in this
French is
case.
so good.
I'm willing to do probation.
I'm not asking you to say anything, man.
Okay.
Time served, it's a really bad move. We're setting them up for failure. So I don't want to do that. So the young adult caseload, and we can get them as GED. We can pay for everything. They do SOP and IOP as well.
Yeah.
And then the sanction is he goes in inpatient.
You care if we go without a rec and let the judge give him defer and all those conditions?
Either way, I don't, whatever you want, it doesn't matter, but I think that's,
That UCW, that's.
Judge, I'll go.
you okay, are you sure?
Yes. You don't have to
I think, so what we're trying to do, and I want you to understand there's a big difference because a deferred is a type of probation that is, if you can complete it, you don't end up with a conviction, what is very important on this DWI. Because once you get a DWI on your record, officers all over the country will completely harass you anytime you're ever in a car and you have a remote smell of alcohol or dope. This keeps you from having that on your record if you can complete it successfully. But I want you to understand, if you violate this, you pick up, you use, you do anything, I'm gonna issue a warrant for your arrest and I'm gonna put you in a rehab facility.
Understood.
Where are you living now?
I'm living with, at the shop I work at.
Where are your folks?
My sister, she's in Channelview, and my mom.
Said folks, not sister.
My folks, my mom's in jail, and my dad, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, man. See what I mean? What's your mom in jail for?
I'm not sure. I wasn't raised with her. I was raised with my aunt and uncle.
Judge, then my children should be magnificent. Just saying.
Okay, where's dad?
Dad, nowhere to be seen.
Some structure, man. So aunt was the one that raised you?
Mm-hmm.
Will she take you back now?
Think so, yeah. I believe if I talk to her, she will take me back.
It scares me to let you out on the street, Mr. Guzman, because if I let you out on the street and you continue to hang out with the people that you do when you picked up this case, you're gonna be right back into it. Do you speak Spanish?
I speak bilingual, yes.
Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres. Did you understand what I said?
Yeah, tell me who you hang around with, I'll tell you who you are.
Right.
Oh, I thought it
That's
was
exactly
something
right.
with a coconut.
Let's do, yeah,
You wanted to do the
the
deferred?
deferred, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, let's do the deferred.
If you don't mind, I haven't talked to him about the deferred deal. I mean, but
Yeah,
we could probably
good.
take care of it.
No, no,
I
no,
mean,
so
give
what I
him
was thinking,
like
and
18 minutes.
Did you guys ever hear about the one guy? This was a couple years ago. I think it was at the United Nations, and a political figure was giving a speech, and then other people were replying in all in different languages. And there was this guy who stood up at the beginning and pretended to be American Sign Language interpreter. And at the United Nations, through all these people speaking in all these different languages, this guy was sign languaging, but he wasn't really a sign languager. He was just making stuff up the whole time. Did you guys see that? It is hilarious. It is so funny. Oh my gosh, if you haven't seen it, go Google it or I'm telling you, it is so funny. I should be as an interpreter for I should help Luis when he's not there. I can interpret. Yes. Just like that guy did.
yeah, an 18-month deferred with this as the primary.
Sure.
The primary goal is two things: maintain sobriety, and number two, to get a high school diploma. And if you can do those two things, you'll be doing great with us. All I want you to do is be sober and to get your high school diploma. Once you can do that, I'll cut you loose.
All right.
Okay?
Sure.
Are you okay with it?
I already refilled the paperwork 3 days over time to Greg, so whenever
Okay.
that goes through, we can actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
so while we wait for that, let me just talk to him. We'll come right before you.
All right, so I'm gonna come on this way for me.
All right, guys, we did it. We made it to the end. Thank you so much for coming out. Tomorrow the mom gets on the stand, even though she was just on the stand, and she has words to say. And then we get to find out if the judge takes the kids away from her completely for 3 months or longer or less. Who knows? You know how the judges are. Clyde, thanks for being here. So I'm going to go and close my eyes and watch. I don't know. I'm going to watch something on YouTube that's not court videos. I'm going to step away from court videos for a couple hours with my eyes closed. Because if I put court videos on, I'm going to open my eyes to look. What are they saying? What are they doing? So I'm going to put something boring on. Oh, wait, maybe I'll watch House or Harry Potter or, oh man, Breaking Bad. You know what I miss? I miss Jax. Maybe I'll watch Sons of Anarchy. I don't know. I'm just going to go watch something. I'm probably just going to fall asleep. But I hope you guys have a good Sunday or a good Monday, depending on where in the earth you are. And the Australian trial starts again tomorrow night, my time, 8:15. So anybody feel free to hop into Discord and remind me because I'm going to think it starts Monday night. And no, because they're ahead of us and I can't miss it. I've done that before. Have a great Sunday, guys. And I shall talk to you in 24 hours. Be good, okay? Or I might talk to you a little sooner. We'll see. Bye, guys.
Got these lights that close digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With each string, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.